Hello everyone. I just want to show you guys how I sort of approach making my cards for my trading card game using this little template that I made. Yeah, let's just get into it. Essentially what I have done is I laid out all the templates here, and so that way when I go to create a card, it's really just a matter of clicking what I need to click in order to get what I need. So let me just pull up, for example, my little spreadsheet that has all my cards on it. And just to kind of give you an example of how it works and how you can sort of implement this in your own TCG to work more efficiently, I'm just going to walk you through how I go about making a card with this template. And yeah, so the first thing is I use this from the Game Crafter, this background here, and essentially what this is going to show you is the kind of safe zone and the cutting guide for when your card gets printed from the Game Crafter, or really from anywhere. And so the way it works is this red line is where they are going to actually cut your card. So anything that is outside of this red line in this gray zone is actually going to be cut off. And then this blue dashed line is going to be what's considered the safe zone, which means that it's pretty much a guarantee that whatever's in this blue line is not going to get cut off at all. The reason why they have this here is because, it's not always perfect when they go to cut. So instead of cutting right on the red line, they may cut, here, for example. And so if you had, text that was right here, it could get cut off. So that's why you have this save zone. It's known as a bleed. So anyway, that's what I used to sort of set this up. And if we turn the opacity down, you can kind of see the artwork and everything important does fit there. And then I have this just black rectangle as the border of my card. And so when it gets printed out, the card is going to have a black border. So I'm going to make a card here, and I'm going to show you how I do it. So first thing, I have this tab called General Card Info. This is information that's going to be placed onto pretty much every single card. So if I open this up, there's going to be a few more folders here, and I get to adjust. I'll be able to adjust whatever I need to. So for this card that I'm about to make, this card is going to cost 7 green. Green resource in my game is called Essence. So I go into the cost folder, I turn off the neutral, I turn on the green, and it costs 7. So I open up the green folder and just change it to 7. And everything is already perfectly aligned. And this is really nice because, if I wanted it to cost, maybe 7 green and, 3 blue, I can do that, right? So that's why I have it set up like this, so I can kind of adjust it to however I need to have it for any sort of combination of card costs that I do. So we have it set to 7 green, which is what it says on here. The next is the title and catalog. So the card name, all I'm going to do here is go and type in the card name. So this card name is called Lord Taldir. And then the subtype of the card, which is going to be this little bit of information right here. So I'm going to open this up. I'm going to click on subtype, and I'm going to rename this. And then next is the catalog information, which is this information right down here. This card is going to be number 3 within the set, so 003 out of 252. And this is actually going to be a legendary card, so I'm going to change that to legendary. And then this doesn't get changed, this is just the copyright information. And then next is the faction. So this belongs to the elf faction, so I'm going to click that. And it changes here in the banner. It's very subtle, but these factions again, with a click of a button, that's how the template is set up. It's for me to be able to change everything with a click of a button and just sort of work very fast. So that's the general card info. The next thing I'm going to work on is going to be the card type. So if I click this, bunch of different card types. These are almost all of the card types in my game. There is a separate PSD I have for one other card type that is a special card type, and it has a horizontal orientation rather than a vertical orientation, so that's why it has its own separate file. But this is pretty much all of the card types that are in my game. So this is a no sellable unit. So I will actually click on the unit no sell, and then I will go one by one. So this is going to be a ranged unit, so I'll go to unit type, I'll deselect melee, and I will select ranged, and as you'll see, everything will change there. And then in its stats, I will get to change what I need to here. So the number of dice that it rolls is going to be 3. It's already on 3, but just to show you, I have it set up here. You know, if it rolls 1, 2, 3, I can change it to whatever I need to change it to. So in my game, units roll dice when they attack, and if they meet a certain threshold, they'll do one option. If they meet another threshold, they'll do another option. That's kind of how my game works. So that's what the dice are for. This was an old version of it, so as you can see, it's hidden. But then I get to change the attack value. So this guy has an attack value of 5. So I'll go in here and I'll just, put in 5. He has a crit value of 8, and then a riposte value of 4. Okay, and then I will change his health. He has a health of 6, so it's already there, but again, just like I changed the other stats, I can change the health very easily too. This is just that shield icon that I made. And so, oh, that's my cat, sorry. So that's the stats tab. In the next tab, what I'm going to be able to do is go down and change the effect here. So there are a few different types of effects within my game that I have already set up. So one is when a card is destroyed. So I just have a when destroyed tab. Another is when it's played from your hand, so a when played tab, and then the other is going to be pretty much everything else, which is going to be an ability. So if it has like a keyword ability or something, or an ability that can activate once per turn, then I click that. Or if it doesn't have any effect, I can just click no effect. So, but this has an ability, this unit, and I can go here and I can just simply type in what I need to. So the ability for this is when this unit attacks, summon a ranged 1/1/1 elf token with 1 health, then give it a power, then give it, actually I'm going to change it just slightly, I'm going to change it from what I have here to make it a little more clear, give it 1 power token for each elf token you control. So after I type in the ability, I have this folder here called text guides, and when I bring this up, this is just going to help me align things. So this ability has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines of text. So what I'm going to do is click on the effect text, and I'm going to move it to where it to the corresponding lines. So for example, this is, if it has 8 to 7 lines of text, then it'll get moved to this line. If it has 6 or 5, this line, 4, 3 lines of text, this line, 2 lines of text, this line. And what this does is when I make multiple cards, it's going to keep everything consistent across the cards. So it gets moved to the 6 to 5 lines of text. I just click hide on that, and then it'll be perfectly aligned to where I need it to be. So yeah, The last little bit here, well, second to last little bit really, is going to be the rarity of the card. So this is actually a legendary card. I have all my rarities, as you can see, split in here. And so if it was a rare card, I would just click rare and it would change, the color scheme to blue, blue little thing here, green for uncommon, white slash, black for common, and for legendary, it's orange and it's got this little decorative little thing around the nameplate as well. So with that rarity in there, we only have one thing left to do. Everything, all the stats look good, but the artwork does not look like an elf. So I'm going to click this, and then I'm going to go into my files and get the artwork for this. This is just a rough little temporary placement. It'll probably be changed, but just to give you an example, blow it up and just position it to where I want it to be, and then save that as the smart object, and then I can go back into my card, and there it is right there. And that is a completed card, and that's just how, oh, sorry, one thing I didn't do was actually do a clipping mask, so that way the corners stay rounded. So now I can save it as a smart object. But that is how, easy it is to create cards with the template. So you can imagine I can bust out card after card after card very quickly, because all I'm really doing is just going in here and, for the most part, clicking buttons. I'm having to type in a couple things, but it's very simple to just go in, click buttons, and change what I need to change. And then with the text, this tool really does help with aligning the text. So it makes it super easy. And yeah, I think, hopefully that this kind of helps you perhaps get some ideas of how you can make your own card template for your own game, and what its needs are. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like, perhaps subscribe if this game looks interesting to you and you're wanting to learn more. I plan on uploading and sharing more about the game in the future. So yeah, but until then, I'll see you next time.